Why aren't more people waking up?
It's because they just don't want to.
Mm,
Because what they'll have to do is the fabulous ego, the special ego that brought you to this room, right? And to your room, whatever,
mm,
wherever you were waking up, this fabulous ego here that put me out as being so bright and special, and therefore I deserve to be enlightened, or I should be enlightened, or maybe I could get enlightened, or whatever. And I didn't know, but I was giving it everything I got. I couldn't give up the one thing that was in the way, which was self-love, meaning, but that wasn't really self-love. It was little s self-love.
mm,
It was selfishness. In order to wake up, first thing you really recognize, that's the reason you're talking about everything changes, is that the first thing I recognize, well, oh my God, everything I've ever known is back. It's just not true. This is this was it was obvious truth. There was no disguising it. There was no pretending. There was no nothing. And I did and wow, and it was very storybook awakening, which is not only not needed, but it's not common. I had to let Fred die. That's very difficult because I love this character and I loved what I thought I was. I didn't know how to say, well, I never accomplished anything. What do you know that you've been enlightened? Less than I ever did. I could notice that I don't really know anything. I don't know anything. And then I'll tell you, there was a second part of this, which was, I don't know, maybe it might have been within the first year, but I know it was within the first 2 years because I came to a brilliant awakening and then I moved back, as a lot of us do. I didn't go back into the drain completely, but I certainly danced in the doorway. Then one day I was sitting in my chair in the living room. All of a sudden, I was just sitting there in my chair, and there was a coffee table full of books right in front of me, storybooks, whatever it is. I'm not saying this is
mm,
mystical. I'm not saying this is anything you want or need. I'm just telling you what
mm.
happened to me. Apparently, this is memory telling you this, so who can tell? But as I recall it very vividly, a hole opened up in the air of my room, just opened up right in front of me. It was dark, but it was a hole, and every indication was, come on, come through it. And I was petrified and I couldn't move. I didn't move. And then the instant that I decided I'm not going, it closed down. And the instant after that, I went, oh, you stupid son of a bitch. why, why would you do this? This is what you've been looking for all this time. And you finally get the opportunity and you say no. It turns out it's not like that, but as you well know
Mm.
now, but from a still confused state of mind, not that there's not confusion here today, there can be, but certainly there was a whole lot of confusion very back then. You'd have to look very deep or very far. What I found out is, and what shows me this more truly than any, and then I'll shut up, but I do have something to say on this subject, is that through so many awakening sessions, I was just giving you the example of me so that I don't accept myself from the crowd as being the one never frightened and always okay and jubilant. When I'm working with somebody in an awakening session, so I'm directly trying to help them come to see the truth. That's all I'm trying to do. And I can't help them see the truth, but what I can do is I can help them see the false. And once you see what's false, well, the truth
Mm.
is all that's left. So it's pretty easy.